Good morning, everyone. Uh, I'm recording this in the morning. I hope you guys are going to watch it in the morning, but I know you can watch it at any time of the day. So, this is going to be our third math lesson for this summer school session. And I've been seeing all of your work so far. And again, I'm very pleased. I think we're all using the video to our best ability. We're going back, we're pausing, and we're rewatching the problems and the um, parts and the problems that we don't understand over because I can see some of the spots where we were struggling, we're not struggling so much anymore. So let's keep that up. Today, the math lesson is going to be over representing word problems with a change. So what that means is there's going to be a word problem, right? And then a change happens in that word problem, making the numbers stay the same, stay different. That's what we're here to find out. So before we even get started with any of our slides today, I want to show us a few posters. They're going to be very beneficial to us. Read 3 problem solving. 3 reads problem solving. 3 reads problem solving. Here we go. 1, it says read for the story. What is this problem about? 2, read for the question. What do I need to find out? 3, read for the numbers. What do the numbers represent? Go. Solve the problem, make a model, and show your work. We're going to get more into this poster once we start seeing some problems. I just wanted to kind of go through it first so we know what it is. Steps of model drawing. Model drawing is going to be huge. This is what's going to help us solve our problem. It's going to help us show our work. That's what we need. That's what I need to see. That's what you guys are going to use to help you get through it. So 1, we read the entire problem. 2, we rewrite the question in sentence form, leaving a space for the answer. 3, determine who and / or what is involved in the problem. 4, draw the unit bar or bars. 5, chunk the problem. Adjust the unit bars and fill in the question mark. 6, correctly compute and solve the problem. 7, write the answer in a sentence and make sure the answer makes sense. Most important part of it, I think. Right? So again, this is our step-by-step model drawing. Doesn't do too much right now because we don't have any examples. So let's get to an example so we could go ahead and get started. All right, let's see. Okay. Representing word problems with a change. Oh no, sorry about that. These should have already been here. So it says, what happens when we join things? So I'm just going to take 2 of these out. So I kind of had them. What do we think is going to happen when we join these 2 things? These 2 dots, color counters, we're going to call them. What do we think is going to happen? Let's see. What happened? What about if we take the orange into the greenish color? Ooh, sorry about that. What's happening, guys? I'm going to let you guys think about this. I'm going to let y'all think about this. What's happening here? All right. Now, what happens when we separate things? So I have these 2 dots here. I'm going to put this one together, actually. Okay. That's how it looks. What happens when we separate it, though? I'm just going to let you guys think about that, too, okay? So remember, what happens when we join? What happens when we separate? Join, more coming together. Separate, we're taking them away. Right? Okay. So we have Mario had blank cars. His grandma gave him blank more cars for his birthday. How many cars does Mario have now? Right? So for our 3 reads problem solving. That is step 1. We read the story. We want to find out what this problem is about. So I'm going to read through it again because I kind of got ahead of myself and I read it before I went over our poster. So let me read this again. Remember, we want to be focusing on what our problem is about. Mario had blank cars. His grandma gave him blank more cars for his birthday. How many cars does Mario have now? What's the problem about? Right? What is the problem about? Mario, right? Mario's cars. That's what the problem is about. How many, right? Mario, he has so many cars. His grandma gave him more cars. So we know our problem is about Mario and, his cars, right? How many cars he needs or how many cars he has. Now, step 2 says read for question. What do we need to find out? Mario had blank cars. His grandma gave him blank more cars for his birthday. How many cars does Mario have now? What do we need to find out? It wants us to write an answer statement. It wants us to write an answer statement. So what answer statement would we write? Right? Mario has, what are we trying to find out? It tells us right here at the end, how many cars does Mario have? So our answer statement is going to look a little something like this. Mario has blank cars now. That is going to be our answer statement. Mario has blank cars now because that's what we want to find out, how many cars he has now. Right? That's what we're trying to determine. Okay. Mario had 4 cars. His grandma gave him 3 more cars for his birthday. How many cars does Mario have now? What do these numbers represent? What do these numbers in our story represent? All right, what does this 4 and this 3 represent in our word problem? I'm going to give you guys a second to think about this before I tell you. All right, exactly, right? It says it. Cars. Our numbers are representing cars. How many cars does Mario have together, right? Because Mario has his own cars and his grandma gave him cars. So we know that these numbers represent cars. So we needed to find out, that kind of backtracks us a little bit to our statement. We need to find out how many cars he has now, right here. So we're here. Let's see, go now, solve the problem. So it says, we're going to read it again. Mario had 4 cars. His grandma gave him 3 more cars for his birthday. How many cars does Mario have now? Right, so now we have to make a model. Okay, make a model. So making a model, use our counters, our cubes, our color counters, we're going to call them. Right, so we can use these colors to represent cars. So we're going to use orange to represent Mario's cars. That's what I want to use. So how many cars does Mario have, right? He has 4. So how many cubes do we think I'm going to take? 4, exactly. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And it gives us another color because that's not all of our cars, right? Are those all of our cars? Mm-mm. Those are all the cars Mario has. He had 4 cars. His grandma gave him 4 more, right? So we're going to use the purple, or 3 more. 3 more, sorry. His grandma gave him 3 more. So that's what we're going to use purple for. The 3 cars that his grandma gave him. We have to use a different color. So we represent that there's cars coming from different places. The ones that he already had, which are the orange, and then the ones his grandma gave him. which are the three purple. Okay, so it says, so now that we have our colors to represent our cars, right? We have the four to represent the ones Mario had. We have the three purple that represent the three more that his grandma gave him. Now we have to make a number sense with um, our blocks, and we should all be very familiar with this. So let me go in here. He has four. This is the tough part now. We have to determine here with our sentence, with the wording that we have, is he gaining cars? Is he adding more cars? Or is he taking away more cars? Right? So um, in our sentence, I already see where it says his grandma gave him three more cars. Right? More doesn't mean we're taking away. If I give you three more chapstick, you're adding three more chapstick to your pockets, right? You're gaining three more, right? So if I see three more cars, his grandma gave him three more cars, right? That means we're adding because his grandma is giving him more. She's not taking any away. She gave him three more. So that means we're going to add. So we need to put our plus sign in there, right? Our addition symbol. And then we have to three because his it's the three more and it equals, right? Number sentence, number sentence, right? And now we know that we can complete our number sentence. 4 plus 3 is, let you guys say it, 7, right? Perfect. 4 plus 3 is 7. So I feel like we helped solve our problem a little bit. Um, Now we just have to put it in our final statement, right? How many cards does Mario have now, right? So we're going to use our cards right here that I made to kind of determine to finish up this model. So we're going to use these. Let's read them. We have to place them in the correct spot to finish our model, to finish labeling our model. Okay, so cars Mario had. How many cars did Mario have? All right, he gave him. So Mario had, sorry, 4. I don't know why it's not moving. Give me 1 second. 4, right? Okay. What does a 3 represent? The cars grandma gave him, right? So let's find the cars grandma gave him. So cars grandma gave him was right here, 3. And then our last one is how many cars he has now, right? Oh, sorry guys. Sorry guys. Being a little tricky with me today. Let me go ahead and shrink this though. A little bit. Come on. There we go. It's giving me a hard time. There we go. So cars Mario has now. And we know that. We know how many cars he has now. We figured it out yesterday. So we could go back up to our statement sentence or our written answer statement. We could come back. We could fill in this with the number 7. Mario has 7 cars now because we know how many cars he has now. We solved it with some model drawing, right? We solved it with some model drawing. So let's try another problem. Let's try another problem. There are blank children playing in the park. Blank of the children leave and go home. How many children are at the park now? First thing we have to do, right? We read our problem. We checked off number 1 for our 3 reads problem solving. We checked off number 1. What is our problem about? Children playing in the park, right? We know that's what our problem is, right? Children playing in the park. Okay, let's come back here now. Okay, step 2. So we're trying to figure out, listen, I'm asking again. There are blank children playing in the park. Blank of the children leave and go home. How many children are at the park now? What do I need to find out? What are we trying to find out now? Right? We have to write our answer statement. What are we trying to find out? I want you guys think about it for a second. What are we trying to find out? Right? How many children are there blank at the park? Blank children are at the park now. That's what we're trying to find out. How many children are at the park now, right? So blank children are at the park now. That's going to be our um, solution statement, basically. It's not finished yet. Three. Read for our numbers. We're trying to pay attention to our numbers now, right? What do these numbers represent? So focus. There are 12 children playing in the park. 6 of the children leave and go home. How many children are at the park now? I'm going to give you a second. What do these numbers represent? Yes, our numbers represent children, right? It says it right there. 12 children. That's what our numbers represent. 12 children, right? Not 12, but 6 children here, but our numbers are representing children. Showing, talking about children. Okay. There are 12 children playing in the park. 6 of the children leave and go home. How many children are at the park now? So now we're going to use cubes to represent children, right? First number, there are 12 playing in the park. So we need 12 of these. This might be a little long. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? 12 children playing in the park, right? That's my 12 children. Next part of the statement or the sentence. 6 of the children leave and go home. Leave and go home. So if our children are leaving and going home, am I adding more children to the park? Am I adding more children to this model? Or am I taking away children from this model? Leave to go home, right? You're leaving, they're leaving. So we're definitely not adding. I'm not saying they're gaining, more children are coming to the park. I say children are leaving from the park. So we're subtracting in this problem. So what that means is I'm not going to add any more cubes, right? There's no colors. We're going to use our little slash right here to take away. How many are we taking away? It says it, right? 6. 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 6 of them. How many children are left? If we took 6 of them away, how many do we have left? How many do we have left? You know what? This might help. Let's go ahead and make our number sentence to help. So we have 12 children, right? We said 6 of the children leave and go home. They're not coming. We're not adding anymore. They're leaving. We're taking them away. Taking them away. That means subtracting, right? And how many did we say? 6. So 12 minus 6 is what? 6. Good job. Give you guys a second to think about that. 12 minus 6 is 6. So we know how many children are at the park now? We have 6 children. We need to go back up here. 6 children, right, are at the park now. 6 children are at the park now. Okay? I'm gonna come here. There are 12 children playing in the park. Ooh. Yep, so here. We need to use our answers right here to put them in and to make this model make sense, right? So let's start. Children playing. All right, we know we had 6 or 12 children playing. All right, we know we had where is this? We had children playing. We had 12 children playing. Right? We had 6 children left. And how many do we have now? 6, right? We had 12 children to start playing in the park. 6 of them left. And then we only have 6 remaining. Okay? We're going to work through one more problem. Okay? James had blank pencils. He gave his brother blank pencils. How many pencils does he have now? What is our problem about? What's our problem about? James and pencils, right? James is giving his brother some pencils. In our stories about pencils, James giving his brother some pencils. So that can help us determine right away if we're going to be adding or subtracting, right? He gave his brother some pencils. How many does he have left now? Okay, maybe our next slide is going to kind of give us that now. Now that we're all in that mindset. Ready? James had blank pencils. He gave his brother blank pencils. How many pencils does he have now? What do we need to find out? We talked about it a little bit, right? We need to find out how many pencils he gave his brother, right? So we have to go ahead here. Oops. We have to write our answer statement. All right, what do we? James has blank pencils now. That is what our answer statement is going to be. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm back. I apologize for that interruption. Puppy, she was going a little crazy. She wanted to get out. Okay. So we know, right? James has blank pencils now. That's what we're trying to find out. He's giving his brother some. That's giving you a hint. He is giving his brother some. He's giving some away. Giving some away. Right? So what do the numbers represent? What do these numbers represent? James had 8 pencils. He gave his brother 2 pencils. How many pencils does he have now? Numbers represent pencils, right? How many pencils he's giving away? How many pencils does he start with? How many does he give his brother? How many does he have at the end? How many does he have now after he gave those pencils away? Right? Boom. We're solving now. Here we go. Let's solve. Let's just get right into it. So James had 8 pencils. All right, we're going to use our cubes to represent James's 8 pencils. All right. Here's 8. 8 right here. Okay, 8 right there. So he gave his brother 2 pencils. So James gave his brother 2 pencils. So are we going to be adding more pencils to James, or are we going to be taking away more pencils from James? Taking away, right? Because he's giving away. He's giving those pencils to his brother. Right? Okay, so here, take 2. 1 to his brother, 2. 2 to his brother now. Try our number sentence, right? This is going to help us solve now. Solve, right? So James started with 8. He gave his brother 2. Gave his brother 2. That means we're going to take away. So the subtraction sign. And we said 2, right? 2. 8 minus 2. 6. You guys got it, right? And in another way, if you don't know, honestly, guys, it's okay, but that's something we should be practicing on. We should know those, but if we don't, I understand, we all need practice. It happens. Just count. How many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, right? Boom, 6. Okay. Let's come down here now. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to use our answers right here. We're going to put them in our model to make this model make sense, right? So let's hear for the pencils he started with. How many pencils did he start with? We know 8, right? He started with 8. It has to go up here. There's no other place for it to go. Can't go at the bottom, right? Because these are all 8 right here. So all 8 pencils, okay? Pencils he gave to his brother right here. I like this one. How many pencils did he give to his brother? Did he give him 6 or did he give him 2? 2, right? 2, because 6 was how many he had now. Oh, wow. Mr. Escobedo forgot a very important part. A very important part, right? I forgot to go back to our solution statement and fill in. James has how many pencils now? How many does he have now? 6, right? And that's where we get this from. Okay, that's how we make our model. Okay, guys. I'm going to do those 3 problems with you, and that's it. So I did them. What I want us to do now, I want to show you guys where our assignment is going to be in Seesaw. Okay. So we're going to come over here. Ooh, let me even make sure it is there, actually, to double check with you guys. You need to go into your class. Okay, we are in your class activities. Scheduled. I apologize. Give me all 1 second. I apologize. I have it here. I just have not assigned it. I'm going to go ahead and assign it to you guys. So this is math lesson 3. Assign. And I'm assigning it to this class. Schedule 22nd, 8, and it will be available to you guys. Perfect. So now it's going to come here. It'll be in your activities, right? You will read your response. And before you read any of these, this video link will be up here at the top. It will be before number 1. You'll have to click that link. It will say click mini lesson link, okay? Click it. You'll watch this video that I'm recording right now. Once you're done, you're going to come back and you're going to go through your work, okay? Read the instructions and walk through it. Okay, at the end right here, it says it, sign into ReadyHub, 45 minutes of manual learning language and literacy once you are done with your assignment. All right, this is very simple to use, guys. Very simple. If you need help, email me, Google Voice, tell your parents Google Meets, and we can get on and talk about it. All right, that's all I have for today. Like I said, hope you guys enjoy this video, and can't wait to see how you guys do on the work. Have a good day.